You're not bad at makeup, you just need to update the techniques that you've been using to apply your makeup. If you're trying to achieve this sort of look, these are all products that you most likely already have in your collection, but maybe you're just not using the right techniques to apply it to get this very soft, ethereal look. Let me show you some things that you can do to switch it up because you can totally achieve this. Starting with skin, I'm actually going to be using 2 different primers. Sometimes you can get away with just using one, but if you want to really maximize the appearance of your skin, try using something that's glowy and then on top of it using something that's grippy. This is an Arborian primer that kind of doubles as skincare and a primer, and it's going to give you like a lot of luminosity. It gives a lot of brightness to the skin and it looks stunning, but on top of this, if we use something like this that has grip, it's going to give us more longevity to the foundation. I can't tell if I've been loving the way my skin has been looking or I've been hating it, but right now I'm kind of feeling some mixed feelings about it, so I'm really going to go heavy on the complexion and showing how to really make it look beautiful. For foundation, I've been using the Armani Luminous Silk. This has been the go-to at the moment. I always start in the center of the face because this is where you want the most coverage, and then whatever's left on the brush, you start working out to the perimeter of the face. I'm also going to use a little bit of this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind corrector on the 5 o'clock shadow area. I'm a big fan of using 2 different brow gels, one that's clear and then one that has pigment. This is pretty much all I do for my brows as of lately. I feel like they always end up looking super fluffy, and it doesn't look like I've added that much to my brows. They still look quite natural. When it comes to applying cream complexion products, especially bronzer and blushes, I'm a big proponent of putting it on the back of your hand first and then taking your brush and applying it to your face. It's not to say that you can't get a really beautiful look if you do apply products directly to your face, but if you're trying to kind of perfect a look, if you feel like there's something missing with your makeup, this gives a very blurred look to the skin, and you have a little bit more control and precision. And same thing with blushes. I just like to put it on the back of my hand and then lightly apply it, and you get such an even application. It almost looks like a painting. I'm gonna do the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and same application method. I'm gonna be putting just a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm taking the concealer on this fluffier brush and just popping that in the center of the face. I'm applying this after the complexion products because it kind of gives like a cleaner look to the face. I rarely hit pan on certain things, but this is just such a good product from Pat McGrath, and it really does level up your makeup game. This has like those pinky purple undertones, so it helps to neutralize any of that yellow and that warmth. If you're still using powder highlighters like this that are a little chalky, it's okay, but it's time to switch it up and use something that is a little bit more glowy and it gives your face a lot of life. Glassy highlighter balm from House Labs, and this is the perfect texture because this really gives like a glowiness, like it looks like your skin is wet and glossy. I like to use a brush to apply it to the face, and as soon as you apply it, you'll see all the life come back. It's not chalky and it doesn't lift up anything on your foundation. It just kind of looks like it's coming from within. If I want my eyes to look super eye-catching, the easiest way is by just adding more dimension and depth to the lash line. It doesn't have to be super intimidating, but start with just a little bit of definition on the inner corner, a little bit on this outer corner, and drag just a little bit of pigment up so we can kind of create that lash line and that little winged out effect. Like I feel like this is simple enough that you could do it on the daily, and you can actually just use your fingers and a pencil to get the same look. I applied some of my favorite Chanel mascara to get the completed look. Let's try to keep the blush and the lipstick in the same family. This one is in the shade 123R from Valentino. And honestly, sometimes it's not the products that you have, it just may be the application and just switching up the technique. Hopefully this helps, and I will see you guys in the next one. You're not bad at sleazy party girl makeup, you just need an in-depth tutorial. This is one of my favorite looks to do. It's going to be very much giving Effie Stoneham, just kind of like the messy, sleazy party girl under the disco lights. That's sort of the energy that we're going to be giving. This makeup look is so fun to do, and it's so low-level entry. Anybody can do it, and it's supposed to be a little messy. I'm going to do a full in-depth video, so feel free to save this and come back to it for later, because these videos tend to be a little bit longer, because I like to go nitty-gritty. Think like old school YouTube video days. I just want to like talk about products. I'm kind of trying to get on the train of the Rhode glazing milk. I know it's really, really good, and my skin definitely needs a lot of hydration right now, especially with products like this. I just like to kind of do a thick layer and just really let it sit and marinate with the skin. If you're going out dancing, this is definitely the kind of primer that you want to use. This is a gripping primer, so it's going to help the foundation really stick to your skin. I'm in the process of laser right now, and I'm kind of in this like in-between phase right now, but the skin on my upper lip is really tender, and I'm just really annoyed by this 5 o'clock shadow, so we're gonna cover it up. This is what I usually use to cover it up. It gets the job done. It kind of has like a pinky peach undertone, and I do it before I go into my foundation, a little bit under the eyes too. It's weird though, because I just got a session and I feel like the hair is not going away. You can still see it a little bit, and it's been like 5 days since my session, so we'll see. I think foundation is totally up to personal preference, but if I'm going out and I'm dancing and I have like glitter all over my face, I don't really want to wear like full coverage. I want something that kind of blends into my skin really seamlessly. So I'm gonna do a very sheer layer. I just bought a bunch of bodysuits and like, it's basically just like a little net that I wear from Poster Girl. And I definitely know I'm gonna be outside in summer. I just wanna be like hot and like have glitter all over my body for like 3 months straight. I did the Lancome Ultra Wear Care and Glow, and it just looks like my skin, but it still gives pretty decent coverage, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a whole lot. Start prepping my eye with the Urban Decay Primer Potion just so it starts getting tacky before we go into the rest of the complexion. I feel like when it comes to party girl makeup, the focal point really is not the face, it's mostly the eyes and having like a killer eyeshadow look. So I'm not going overboard with my complexion products, but I'm just giving like a little definition to the face. I've seen some comments from people who say I don't put on enough makeup, which I think is fair. I definitely do like a light touch of it, but especially if I'm gonna be out all night, this might be like an unpopular opinion, but I don't really want my makeup to be completely solid and not move. I want it to sort of move throughout the night and look a little bit more lived in, but especially with like sleazy party girl makeup, it's supposed to look lived in. If you want maximum hold in your brows, rub them back and forth so you can really coat it in product and then brush them into place. My hair is pretty much black now, so I always use a black brow gel, and it just looks so like, I love it. I really don't think that I can ever have my hair a different color again. This look, I'm just gonna be using liquid shadows. This one's from Chanel, and then these are the Glaze and the Go liquid shadows from Urban Decay. I think this gives the perfect shimmer and the perfect reflect if you're looking for that just like show-stopping eyeshadow look. It's like a really pretty midnight blue shade, and I want to use this as a base because I want the eyeshadow to be a little bit deeper. It doesn't have to be perfect initially because we're gonna go in with more glitters to really build this up. I'll go back through and just sort of intensify certain sections where I want a little bit more of that density and color. I'm gonna mix in these two shades from Urban Decay to kind of add the high and low lights, especially using this lighter silver to get on the inner corner. I wish I was going out dancing after this because this truly is the perfect look if you want to turn heads when you're going out. It also has like this little brush tip applicator so you can kind of apply it on the go. I'm gonna add a little bit of liner and a little bit of smokiness just to really even everything out and make it look like it's complete. If you like the look of dense lashes, adding this to the top of the lash line kind of creates the effect that the lashes are a little bit more fuller. I'm gonna go into a little bit of the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer just underneath the eye. Careful not to go too close to the eyeshadow because you want to be able to have room to blend it out. I don't think it's always necessary, but I do like applying concealer afterwards because it really gives this like completed, finished look to the face. Just a hint of blush so we don't look casket ready. Going back in with a little bit of this Chanel eyeshadow to add some more depth down here and kind of add the smokiness. I feel like it's not quite as messy. One of my favorite mascaras at the moment, the MAC Stack Elevated Mascara. This is the lip liner that I'm always reaching for at this current moment in time. Cool Spice from MAC. It's the cool tone version of Spice, the original, and it's perfection. I feel like the lighting just does not do it justice. It reflects so beautifully under the light. It's such a good look, especially if you're gonna be going out. This feels extremely wrong to do, but I want to see what else is inside. Supposedly there's double the product. I just came across a video of a girl saying that there's actually double the amount of product in here and it's hiding underneath the sticker. So if you peel this sticker off, there's a little hole. It's interesting because it's definitely not advertised that way, but look at all that product that is still in there on top of what comes with it. So without pushing up all this extra product, this is typically what you would think you'd be getting for $45, but you actually get a little bit more than double.